Welcome back everybody, Adam Baum here once again, and today I'm going to be showing you how to tune your Floyd Rose guitar. So if you're interested in that topic at all, then please stick around, and thanks for stopping by. Alright, so if you have a Floyd Rose guitar, you probably already know that there are these little micro tuners down here at the end. And you can use those to maintain the tuning on a daily basis. But once you run out of room on these, you're going to have to actually go back and mess with the tuning pegs at the top of the guitar. So the first step is to reset these back to their neutral unscrewed positions. And I've already done that for a couple of them, but I'm just going to finish up the rest of these just to show you what I mean here. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so once you have all those reset back to their regular position, the next step is to take off the locking tuners at the top of the guitar. Also, if you notice here, I took off the whammy bar. It just makes things a little easier to work with. I just always take this off when I'm working on the Jackson, no matter what I'm doing really. Just makes things easier to deal with, so take off the whammy bar. And then you're just going to need one of these little wrenches, which should have come with your guitar. They look like this, little Allen wrenches, I believe they're called. Just gonna need the right one. I believe this is the right one. Let me see. Yep. So you're just gonna put this in here and unscrew the locking tuners. Now you can just leave them on there if you want. I prefer to actually take them off once they're loose enough. Just be like a couple turns. Yep. I prefer to just take them off and just set them down in the exact same position that I took them out, because they do have to go in there a certain way. Just make sure you do that correctly. Alright, now once those are off, you can actually begin to tune the tuning pegs on the guitar. And there's a certain way that you want to do this. This is probably the biggest difference between a Floyd and a normal guitar. On a normal guitar, you can just tune the strings in any order. It doesn't matter, you just tune them up. Here, you want to try and keep roughly the same pressure on each string. Floyd Rose are very sensitive instruments, obviously. And yeah, so the way that you want to do this is you want to start with the low string, in this case a D string, the low D string, because I'm in drop D here. And I should also say real quick that you don't want to change tunings when you're doing this. Alright, so if your guitar was in E standard, then tune it back up to E standard. Don't try to change the tuning while you're doing this, because there's other steps that are involved if you want to actually change the whole tuning of the guitar. This is just to get it back in tune to how you have it already set. So I'm set to drop D here. We're going to start with this low D string, and we're going to do the low D string first. So let's get our tuner ready to go here. On. Okay, now so let's tune this string first, and then I'll show you how to go from there. It's actually already pretty close, so that's good. That means that I'll be in pretty good shape when I get back to trying to tune with the micro tuners. I shouldn't have to do that too much. Alright, so once that first string is in tune, you're going to go down to the next string and get that one in tune. So let's do that. This is obviously the A string. Let me grab a pick here to make this a little easier. Alright, so now that we have the first two strings in tune, you're going to go back to the first one and make sure that that's good. And you'll notice it's probably slightly flat. Let's see. Yep. A little bit flat, so we're going to tune that back up again. Okay, then you're going to go back up to the second string. That's still in tune, so that's good. So now you're going to go to your third string and get that one in tune. There we go. Now once you got the third one in tune, you're going to repeat that whole same process. Go back to the first string, make sure that that one's good, and work your way back down to the third again. So let's do this whole process for all 6 strings, and then I'll see you after that. All right, and there's that whole crazy process. And guess what? You get to do it again. But now that that's done, the next step is to put the locking tuners back on. So let's go ahead and do that. You really don't want these to be too super tight. Just make sure it's just like finger tight, like when you get it to the edge of what you can really do with your, by putting a little bit of pressure on it. That's all you need. Do not have to be super tight. Alright, so once you got that whole crazy thing done, you're going to switch back over here to the micro tuners. And you're now going to use the micro tuners to do that same process you just did. So start on the D, or start on your low string, go to the next one, go back to the D, make sure those first 2 are in tune, then go to the third, etc., etc. So let's do that. And there you have it. That's all you got to do. Once you're done with that second cycle of tuning, then it's good to go. And you should be good for like several weeks to come. Just use the micro tuners every couple days to make sure it's exactly on point. But other than that, that is it. And whew, I got to tell you, it is an exhausting process. Owning a Floyd is definitely a big investment as far as your time goes, and your money too, of course. But you know, as far as your time goes, be prepared to put some time into a Floyd to keep it where it needs to be. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.